right, Peacemaker. Moment everybody's come to. How did this audition come about? What was your first audition?
So the first audition didn't even include me. It was my manager from Bohemia. They submitted my my martial arts reel to John Papsadera, who's the casting office, and they liked that. But this was when I was trying to go for The Last Airbender, so all of that was like with weapons and with bow staff and that kind of stuff. And they were like, this character doesn't do any of the weapons, so do you have any hand-to-hand combat stuff? And I was like, oh. And she just called me. I'd just gotten out of the dentist. I had my wisdom tooth removed, and so I'm like numb.
Your life is a movie. Your life is like a comedy movie.
Like numb, and she calls me like, yeah, I'll get it done.
And it's completely out of it too.
Yeah.
You know?
She's like, I'm on the rocks right now. What do you want from me?
And so I call my best friend. I'm like, hey, drop everything you're doing. Help me like do this thing. So we choreographed it. It is so bad. And like we sent it in. And then I think like 2 days later, they sent sides for Judo Master. And it was the scene where he's flicking the Cheetos at Peacemaker. But at this point, it was an alias, so it wasn't Judo Master. It was Marshall, like the name Marshall, martial artist. And so I sent that in, and then didn't hear back for a few days, and then they called me, and they're like, hey, we're setting up a meeting with the fight coordinator, because this character is so, like, fight intensive that he just wants to make sure that you can do it. And so I have my meeting with him, and he's like getting me to do all these moves in the backyard. I'm like, oh my God, this is so weird. I'm not going to get it. And then a week goes by, and I text my manager. I'm like, hey, did you hear anything? She's like, hold on, like, let me give you a call back in 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh, perfect, time for my nap. So I let down for my nap.
I love how you do this. Do you just like...
She calls me back, and my agent is also on the phone.
What's your heart and mind doing during this whole time waiting for calls? Like... You're ready for something huge.
I sort of forgot about it, because at this point I was like prepping for the house, so it was like signing papers and inspections. So my mind was totally not focused on that. And so they called me and then offered it to me. And
where were you when you got that offer? You're like, I was in my crypt.